picture here, one that gives both sides. A cop makes a routine, traffic stop. We saw the New Mexico tape, dead. They don't know what they're facing on the other side of it. On the other hand, we have incidents. I've spoken out pretty strongly about what happened to George Floyd. That can happen. That can happen. I think we need training. I think we need non-lethal alternatives for cops. I'll get to in a second. Your thoughts?
First of all, Sean, you can't lose sight of the fact that what happened yesterday in, of all places, Minneapolis, or the outskirts of Minneapolis, was an act of grotesque negligence. You can't reach for your taser and take out your 9mm and shoot somebody and expect, everybody to go kumbaya. Well, policing is tough and cops have a hard time. This was horrible. And there's a situation in this country now where I swear to God, and I'm speaking with deep experience, too many black mothers are more fearful of the police than they are of the crooks when their sons go out. A 20-year-old should not end up dead because of an expired registration. For all the sympathy I have. We're in Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn right now. The 90 precinct is a couple of blocks from here. I went to law school 3 years with Joey Alma, the police captain there. Every night, law school, cops everywhere. I get policing. Some of my best friends are cops. But you must admit that there is a gulf between how a regular white family reacts and how a black family reacts. This is something
there's 1%. Hold on a second. There's 1%. I would say there are people that should never be cops. They do not belong in that job, and we got to find them and weed them out. I'm conceding that point, but I'm not going to back off an idea that's called presumption of innocence and due process. Look, we can't have cops making a fatal mistake, Dan Bongino, if they're holding a 9mm or a 40 and they think it's a taser and somebody's life is lost, but you do need the due process. That doesn't mean that there won't be fault found with the officer. The officer's on tape saying taser, 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 and then the one shot rang out. Thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Couple of things on this. Geraldo's perfectly entitled to an opinion. Just because you weren't a police officer doesn't mean you can't comment on policing issues. I always hate when liberals say that about us. But, whatever, going to dinner with a police CO captain doesn't, no, I'm not suggesting you are. I'm just saying that, you don't understand
Don't
policing.
start minimizing my experience.
Geraldo, can you shut up for 2 seconds?
I'm a half a century.
Listen. Geraldo, I'm not
when you
just be quiet.
You try to undermine the foundation of my experience.
Geraldo,
I'm an expert witness tonight.
Just keep talking.
Let him talk. Then we'll let you guys go back and forth.
I'm tired of this guy. He never shuts up.
Dan,
he's always got something to say.
Go back to your statement. Go.
Now, again, as I was saying, he's entitled to an opinion. He's not entitled to a certain set of facts. You don't know anything about actual policing if you haven't done it. Saying or suggesting, you can relate to the experience of police officers, you can't. I'm not suggesting what happened yesterday wasn't a tragedy. It was, obviously. There's a dead young man who's never going to take another breath of oxygen again in his life. We don't have all the facts on this. We know she said taser. It appears to be a mistake and a fatal one. But we have a process for that. And just injecting race into this, Geraldo, which you do on these police issues constantly, when you have none of the data, you have no evidence whatsoever. There's a racial
component to this. You're making me the issue again. Don't you have an argument to make that doesn't concern me?
I'm not making you the issue. I'm responding to your dopey comments. You have no idea that there's a racial undertone to this at all. And you're saying, black parents have to worry because they're black kids. You have no data to back that up at all.
20-year-old black
You're
kid.
just further inflaming the situation, and the country will burn to the ground because of people like you who say dumb things like that with no evidence to back it up.